There we go. I think we're circa now. Oh, my word. Says our friend Bent Squirrely. Good evening, Mr. Squirrely. Danny versus King, only in your dreams. Only in your dreams. But maybe you'll get a better matchup tonight because, yes, Danny is getting his Friendlies debut tonight. He asked King, I'm in the middle of a best of 99 with Grandma Scooty. Can you help us out? Can you hype it up? He came knocking on the right door, baby. Oh, you know it. The King is going to hype it up. The best of 99 between Daddy and Grandma Scooty will continue here on the Friday Night Fights with yours truly. That is going to be electric. Well, really what's electric is, did you make the Fave Five? Are you jabronis here in the chat? Jabronis like Gilded Lizard, Averix Twitch, who just got banned from TNP. Oh, what a that's a major jabroni move right there. You got Doozy K, Weston Gaming. Over on YouTube, we got RP Piostrovich. Guten Tag, my friend. Could any of them be on the Fave 5? Chaotic Hazel here. Oh, can I be on the Fave 5? I don't know. Did you make the cut? We're going to have to find out. Because tonight is an epic night. We're going to go over all the stuff, man. We're going to go over the history because this is the 5th year that we've been doing the King's Fave 5. And really the 6th group, because when you count the inaugural year, now you have 6 groups. But this is the 5th anniversary of the Fave 5. And I can't believe I've gone this long with it. And I can't believe that we're still doing it. People actually believe in this. They actually love this. And why not? King makes you famous. And who better to have join me today for this wonderful event? Because I needed a friend to hang out with me tonight. I didn't want to do this all alone. I've been doing this all alone all these years. But you know what? I felt, let's bring a friend in that could help hang out with me and talk about it. I made this person famous. You're damn right. And you'll admit it too when you come on air. It is by far, bar none, a first ballot Hall of Famer in the Friendlies universe. It's my friend Ian Keith. What's up, Ian?
I have a friend now.
You're a friend now. Well, you are a friend and a Friendlies commentator now. How about that? Isn't that crazy, huh?
Oh, it's wild. It's fun. It's already had a couple of test shows that are finally starting to work better, and well, whoops, things keep happening.
Yeah, things keep happening, but you know what? I think that show's going to pop off. It's going to be a great replacement for Sonny's Euro Friendlies. You know, RIP to that. That was a good show, but I think you're finding a healthy balance. You're getting a good time slot, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited. So for those that are coming in now, Ian, you know, I want to talk real quick about your new show, Square Up, man. I love the title of it. Why don't you talk a little bit about it?
Oh yeah, no, it's been a couple months in the making. We had a lot of fun, not only workshopping for a name that actually eventually came about from a friend of mine who was just making terrible jokes, and then all of a sudden I stopped at one and I went, why is that so good? And with the opportunity to host a new show, I mean, again, rip Euro Friendlies. Now where am I going to play horrible cursed matches where I can actually use my Game Genie? But maybe I could make other people do it, I guess.
March is in the chat. We got to get him back to Unfriendlies, right? We got to break Jeff out of mothballs and let's get some curse games over there, man. I can't imagine.
Oh, yes.
You playing in a match with Jeff doing curse commentary. Oh, that is magic. I'll tell you that much. But what else is magic, Ian, is that we're going to go over the history of the Fave 5. I know you haven't been in it, but mainly you found your own way. Like several of the people that we've kind of seen over the years that have been kind of omitted from the Fave 5, maybe getting an honorable mention here or there, but like yourself, you've been someone that made your own way through Classic Tetris. You found your own identity, and you're a big star, man. You are one of the most decorated Friendlies champions of all time. You the silver finalist of CTWC in 2022, semifinalist in 2023. I mean, you know, perennial CTL Division, 3. He's kind of in 4 now, but you're really a Division 3 player. You know, talk about a night like this where you're kind of sitting, waiting. Is your name going to get called? And if it doesn't get called, what's the reaction after that?
I mean, at this point, I figure I already had my shots at my time in the sun. I don't expect to be on the Fave Five, but I do know that it's a awesome way to look out for players that are moving their way up, some of which you might have gotten to see, whether it's here in Friendlies or it's through TNP or something else, and some that you just have no clue about because, you know, one person saw them streaming once 5 months before this came out. It's always an exciting time either way, and I also did make honorable mentions once, so it's kind of like I was close to almost being part of near it.
Yes. Yeah, you made the most of that honorable mention. You know, you got people like Morlando that are here that have been honorable mention too. He's like, hey, can you just tell me, King, am I in it or not? That's not how the show works, you piece of trash. That's probably why you're never going to be in it anyway. Oops, spoiler alert. But at the end of the day, you know, it's players like you and Morlando that have taken that and kind of run with it and made your own way. Like I said, you didn't really need the King dust. You never needed the King's magic to be sprinkled upon you to become great like you. You've done it all on your own. And, you know, look at that. You know, the community knows you so well for the events that you host, the participation that you do, and it's worked out so well. So I'm very proud of you, Ian.
Appreciate it, and I've been given plenty of opportunities to make a bit of a name, and that plus just some of that grind set. I just keep playing the game, get out there, do what I can, and when I'm not playing my best, I do other stuff, you know, offer commentary, just stay in there and watch. You know, it's a community thing as much as anything. Yeah, I'd love to be better and famous and stuff, but also I'd like just helping the community thrive in all sorts of ways.
So, well, let's see how we can make community thrive all sorts of ways. Cause let's get right to it, Ian. You know, people are waiting. They want to see what's going on. King, tell us what's happening here. It's the King's Fave 5 reveal. It's happening right now, tonight. But first, we got to get the history lesson out of the way for our new viewers, because this is the first time, Ian, that we're going to stream on all the major platforms. We're over on YouTube, we're over on Kick, we're on Facebook, we're on X, and of course we're here on the flagship Twitch, streaming all over the world for everyone to see. Kind of get a sense of, well, what was the Fave 5? What's the consistent of? Like, give us the story, King. So real quick, story was basically back in 2020 as the pandemic kind of started to take shape. You know, everybody kind of staying home playing games. King was really stuck just doing nothing. So just basically restreaming the whole time, right? That's all I was doing, restreaming night and day because there's nothing else to do. And I kind of got to see a lot of games going on, a lot of different players play. And the one thing that I took away from it was the players that I really enjoyed watching, players that I felt I could try to help become great by highlighting them, showcasing them on the Friendly show, because that was really the one true place that was having consistent matches all year round. And it kind of took off, and the next year we kind of went with it again. And it's kind of a meme thing to begin with, you know, kind of a take on wrestling's Booker T's Fave 5 type of deal. But every year since, it's been kind of a prestige thing, and it's really meant a lot to me as far as people taking it very seriously, where being mentioned in it, whether it's an honorable mention or in the Fave 5 itself, people really take to it. And, you know, we saw last year that, you know, people that got snubbed from being in either of those went ahead and made their own way. And we saw that the year before. So King isn't always going to get it right, but in a sense, this is kind of my way to try to highlight and showcase players and the people that I like to watch going into the new year. So starting with the history lesson, let's take a look, Ian, at the original group, the OGs of the Fave 5, the very first 5. And I think you know them very well. Well, at least 4 out of the 5 of them maybe you know very well. You can see on the left there, it is Miles, who was the great at one point. Now it's just Miles. You got Hydrant, the first ever rollover in classic Tetris history. Way back when, though, he was a tapper, kind of doing like a weird butterfly tapping grip where he's got like hand over hand type of deal. That it looked like painful, but I love watching him play. He was so good. Dubbed the Cerebral Assassin, one of my favorites in 2020. And You got Zipley over on the right side there in the back. For those that don't know, Zipley's a retired Tetris player that back then was this really young rising star. He looked like he was going to be the next big thing as far as tapping goes. He came with his own grip called the Zipley grip, which was kind of an offshoot of like what you kind of see with like cheese grips and stuff like that, a variation of it. But due to some issues, he had injuries that kind of ended his career. And unfortunately, we've not seen him since. I think 2022 is the last time we saw Zipley. But we wish him well. Still on the OG Fave Five. You got Sodium. I think everybody knows Sodium, Ian. Is no shot, no doubt about it, man. That young man is still doing it to this day, even bigger and better. And of course, the centerpiece, Ian, the creme de la creme, the OG King's favorite, the Huffster. I don't think I even have to go over Huff's resume, Ian, do I?
Good Lord, no. I mean, you have... there are so many ways to word this. This is obviously some of the absolute all-time greats. Some players that we see more often than others these days, of course, said, with Zipley's career ending. But the other four are still perennial mainstays even to this day. This is one of those where it's a cinch, you know?
Indeed, yeah. Lock it in. All five of these were great, and they've gotten better for those that continue to play. You can see what the exploits that they've done. The Huffster CTWC finalist in 2021 with the advent of rolling. He was taking on that technique, still trying to find his way. The longest reigning Friendlies heavyweight champion of all time, 547 days, which SV is now trying to eclipse at some point. What a class, man. This was my original Fave Five. I love them all to this day. And they are the founding fathers for the Friendlies universe. So thank you so much to all those guys for their exploits. So as I mentioned, Ian, 2020, we kind of just were throwing that out there. We didn't have like a big hoopla or whatnot. But then 2021, I ended up doing something where, it kind of was like, let's make a show out of it and all and whatnot. Which then we were able to make it something more intriguing and whatnot. But before we throw to it, Ian, I thought it would be a nice little thing that I have some people that were in these past Fave Fives kind of speak about what it meant to be a part of the group. So from the class of 2020, I'm going to bring in one of my faves. Let's hear what they had to say about being in the Fave Five.
Hey guys, just wanted to say thanks to King for putting me in the Fave 5 way back when. For me, it was a huge motivator to play better and, not tap out early. Gotta impress everybody because you're in the Fave 5. But actually, though, I think it's a pretty good indicator if you have good prospects in Tetris or not, whether you're put in or not, whether you're a new player or old player. If you're a Fave 5, they're probably someone that should be watched.
Great stuff from the Huffster there, Ian. Really proud of what Huff has done. And again, as I've always said, my favorite player of all time. So let's go. Huffaluffa girls unite. You know what that means. So now, Ian, we can kind of turn the page. Let's go take a look at 2021 and see who made the cut then. I think it would be no shocker to see the names on that one as well. So there you go, Ian. Take a look at that group, man. Woo, stunning.
Oh my goodness.
Another great group that we're looking at. I mean, they just get better and better, right, Ian?
I'm sorry, just that expression. That look.
That look, you said, right? Yeah. What a shocker. So let's go over again. Surprise, Miles. What's Miles doing there, right? Sheesh, what Miles? Why are you on the list twice? Well, it's kind of important to let people know, Ian, that I felt that Miles was so good in 2020, but I don't think he reached his full potential at that time. And I was like, I really think Miles can take it to the next level. I think he could be even better. And I said this on stream. There's a clip of it somewhere. I said Miles will be better than Joseph Saley. And little did we know, Ian, that it would take a while, but I think my prophecy has come to fruition. So kudos to the king for sticking with the guns. Miles made the group, and the only one ever to be on the group twice. That's how good Miles has always been. You also got Aaron. I love Aaron. Who doesn't love Aaron, Ian Keith?
Absolutely.
One of the most handsome Tetris players out there. And, again, great qual that he had in the 2021 World Championship at 8 max outs in qualifying at the time. That was unheard of, right? His friends like, whoa, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And because the year before, he didn't even have a max out in 2020's online edition. He only got it like right before CTWC when we went into the matches online. The centerpiece for this one was Doge, man. I love Doge. He was the